Go live. I forgot what I was supposed to do for that for a second. YouTube be loading. Very slowly. There we go. Farming Friday. Why does it not add the rest in there? Farming sim... Wait, because that's not the correct one, is it? No. Hello? There we go. I was about to start setting up the wrong stream there, fellers. What's up, Tony? How are you, man? I was like, why did I just say Farming Friday? Why did I not say Farming Simulator 25 PC? Farming Simulator. I don't get why they don't have copy tags from... They have it for uploading videos, but they don't have it for live streams. It makes no sense. You know how much time we would save on setting up a stream. Of course, it doesn't make any sense that they took away the actual go live button. That's also kind of dumb. What's up, Dalton? How are you, sir? Edit. Let insert mid rolls for you. Yes. Conservative. Save. 3 hours? Is that the highest it goes? Yeah. Alright. We'll set a goal for 10 super chats. All the colors. Get expired with... I'll stream again on Friday. I'll play a rhythm game without any sound. How do you play a rhythm game without any sound? Hosting a community game night. Get an extra hour of live streaming when we reach our goal. I'll do a stream where we explore this indie game. Okay. I don't know. We'll stream tomorrow night. Start goal. Let's see if we hit our goal. It's YouTube. Yeah, 100%. Same, Dalton. Same. Alright. I don't know. I figured we set a goal. Let's see how it works out for us. Alright. Let's bring this back up here so I can see all that jazz. We're gonna move that over right there. Alright. This nerd. Why are you talking about yourself like that, JT? Jeez, man. You know what Ricky Bobby says, if you ain't first, you're last, feller. Mr. Number 3. Yeah, I said it. Alright. Let's start this bad whip. Let's go. I'm playing Farm Sim. I'm an agriculture nerd, sir. You get it right. Wait, does this make me... I'm technically a part of the FFA, ain't I? I mean, this is the future of farming. We're just going to have people playing a game and controlling a combine virtually. Calling it. Within 10 years, virtual farmers are going to be a thing. I'm in the future. Real men are playing the new monthly game that came out today. It's too damn expensive. Too damn expensive. I'm a bit butthurt because I did. The people who gave me the second key for Farm Sim, the one I used for the server, they reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, We got partner keys for Mafia and the new Mafia game and the new Demon Slayer game. And there was another game I had no interest in. And I was like, oh yeah, no, for certain. I'll take a key for the Mafia game, Demon Slayer game if they're still available. And then he responds with, oh, I'm sorry, we're all out of partner keys. I said, you son of a bitch. You got my hopes up for nothing. You son of a bitch. Bless you. But then Mafia Friday doesn't sound as good. Now if it was a Monday, Mafia Monday, that sounds a whole lot better. See? You see? Is that even multiplayer? Like, can you do like the missions co-op? Uh-oh. Yeesh. They really need to add that in the GTA. I paid for it months ago. Ooh, this guy over here, he prepaid for it months ago. No, single player, that sucks. I think games should really look into that, doing at least a co-op version of the story modes. So you go through the same like storyline. You just can do it together. I think Far Cry is the only one that does that, like big name wise. Real men are playing a game that you can only play by yourself. Typical. Brandon plays a game all by himself too. It's called Choke the Chicken. I bet you play that one too, don't you? Nerd. Oh man. Man, I'm telling you, that brand new asphalt, it just, oh my god, it's so damn hot. Be perfectly fine in the backyard. Go out front, it's like 10 degrees hotter. No relation. He's Amish. My family's Dunkers. Two totally different things, feller. Two totally different things. What's up, Chad lad? How you doing, feller? Chad Michael Montgomery. Chaddington Bear. Hey, Brandon doesn't play Farm Sim. He's anti-Farm Sim. Like someone else we know. I won't mention any names. Sorry. Terrible cough there. Terrible cough. Bear Claw. Welcome to the ultimate flop, sir. Much appreciated.
I am very turned on right now.
I add you to the list. You won't be on the list for the next 2 weeks of mod spotlights. I can tell you that much because they're already uploaded. loves Farm Sim, but you and his daddy won't buy it for him. No, he doesn't. He hates Farm Sim. He's always talking trash about it, like someone else we know. Well, I won't point any fingers, but if I did, it would be pointing in the direction of Missouri. Just saying. Just saying. How did you ever find out what kit is on semi? Yeah, the guy in the comment section told us about it. I knew it had to do with something or another, like, but I had no clue what it specifically did. And the guy comment said dumb question, but what is it? And I said, it's not a dumb question, because I didn't know myself 100%. And the guy explained it in the comment section. No, he doesn't want to play it. He doesn't want to play Farm Sim. We bought him Farm Sim, and he didn't play it. We bought him Farm Sim 22, and he didn't play it. Because he said he hated it. So, you're wrong there, feller. Question, feller. I may have an answer, Cody. Only said they read anything bought for me. Oh, you know what? You know what? Just because of that, Tony, I am buying you, I'm buying you a McDonald's hash brown. You're welcome. I might eat it before I get it to you, but I'll buy it for you. How is you today? I is pretty good. How is you? That's my question. Oh. Cool, man. Cool. Cool question. Oh, excuse me. Jesus Christ. I was outside helping my dad today, and I didn't take water with me. So the whole time I was over there, I didn't have anything to drink. So I guess my body's going through withdrawals, and I'm just chugging everything I get right now. He did a certain former idiot about him playing it. What? I'm just telling you, we bought him 22 and he never played it. He complained that how his computer couldn't run it, and then he said he's not worried about it because he doesn't enjoy playing it anyway. So amazing. I'm not in Ohio for once. Well, congratulations, sir. You the real winner for not being in Ohio. I feel like that's something to celebrate, not being in Ohio. No offense to you, but really, what's there in Ohio? Well, I guess you got like Cleveland, Cincinnati. But other than that, I mean, those are two pretty lackluster cities. No offense. Those are two pretty lackluster cities. I don't have any room to talk because I'm from Delaware, but I'm guessing you want cotton plant in these fields. What fields are we talking about? Are you in 27? I don't know. I haven't really thought about cotton, but we can plant cotton if we want to do some cotton. All you want, but no, there's a difference. I don't hate the guy. I wouldn't necessarily say I love the guy. but I find him more tolerable than you do. I don't I don't understand why that's a bad thing. Like, he pisses me off, but so has every single one of you. Okay, with the exception of you, I don't think you've pissed me off. But everybody else that has come in has pissed me off at one point or another in time. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Ohio, and so is NFL Hall of Fame. Yeah, okay, NFL Hall of Fame. That's what I said. Isn't that in Cleveland? No, that's in Canton. So it's not even like they're bigger cities. In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, is that really all that interesting these days? Just saying. Anyone can get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Look at all the people they've inducted here recently. You don't even have to be a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. You could do literally anything and get into the Rock and Roll. It's become the equivalent of the WWE Hall of Fame. If you're Rock and Roll adjacent, they're like, hey, you get to get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? I did say that. Yeah, what was Dolly's response to be inducted to the Hall of Fame? I ain't done anything rock and roll. So she went out and recorded a rock album. And that's why Dolly is a national treasure. I say we nominate Dolly Parton to replace Betty White. Now that Betty White's passed on, Dolly Parton is our new national treasure. Dolly for president. Yeah, she was like, I don't know why I'm being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I ain't done nothing rock and roll at all. So she put out a rock album just to say she's done something to be worthy of putting in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Dolly can be in any Hall of Fame she wants. Well, let's put her in the NFL Hall of Fame. With severe pain, I have said, oh, that sucks, man. That sucks, Chad. I mean, Dolly Parton wasn't she in one of the halftime shows recently or something like that? We can put her in the NFL Hall of Fame. I allow it. Oh, never mind. That might be a bad idea. She's like, I need to do something to be in the NFL Hall of Fame, so she friggin' puts the uniform on, goes out and runs a play for the Tennessee Titans and gets absolutely wrecked. It'd be like that video where the handicapped kid, they hand the ball off to him and he's running and everybody's pretending like they can't catch up to him, and that one guy just out of nowhere just lays him out. This is so messed up, but it was so good. Not today. halftime. She's played something halftime here recently. I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm imagining it. Oh, okay. She performed in halftime of the Dallas Cowboys versus Washington Commanders on Thanksgiving Day in 2023. I knew I wasn't imagining. Hey, I am all for Ghost performing at the halftime show. Ghost for Super Bowl 2026. Let's make it happen. Prince will go down as one of the greatest halftime shows ever. Yeah, I highly agree to that. I think his was like the last halftime show that I actually liked. JT for 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's how you get Brandon into sports, though. If you tell him that JT is going to be performing at the halftime show wearing his coconut bikini and singing "She Thinks My Tractor Sexy," Brandon will watch the whole football game. I'd watch Ghost, it would be good, but you know, NFL would never go for it. Yeah, 100%. Dude, I'll put it, when he performed Queen wasn't terrible. I thought it was gonna be terrible because I've seen him live, and prior to that point he was wearing a full mask and his voice was very nasally. Queen wasn't bad. He killed the Aussie song. It was Bark at the Moon he performed. That sounded amazing. But unfortunately, yeah, people will be protesting it. They don't understand the ban. Would be hilarious though to see Ghost perform Year Zero in the at a halftime show. Oh, people would lose their minds. Jamie Dixon's attorney does the halftime. Oh, jeez. Something other than rap, like people were equipped with the rap. That's what that's deemed popular these days, unfortunately. They have to play into their audience, and that's what the popular crowd listens to. My biggest problem is a lot of them don't sound that good live. They really don't. So, I don't know. This is just my opinion. Oh God, no. Not AC/DC. We're past the point of bands from like the 80s doing it. It's not gonna be. They're too old. They're too old. Just my opinion. You need a high energetic.
Hello.
Oh, hello. You need a highly energetic band, and I just don't see AC/DC being as energetic as they once was. I don't see them being able to pull off a high energy
I'm gonna
Super
bet
Bowl.
for the halftime show this year. It's gonna be All American Rejects.
That'd be one hell of a story to go from people's backyards to the halftime show.
They did the Savannah Bananas show with game at Fenway. Like, they're all over the place, and people still think that they're awesome. Which, I saw them live last year, and that guy is either on tremendous amounts of a certain white powdery substance, or he's stone cold sober and just quite possibly the strangest person to ever exist.
It could go either way.
Good. You bitches harvesting my corn?
I didn't touch any corn. I'm doing sorghum.
Where was I? I thought I was in field 13. Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright. Oh, because it doesn't show up as a vehicle. It shows up as a blue dot.
Yeah. Yep.
Stupid.
Yeah, I don't think Angus Young.
They,
He
added
was always super energetic, but I don't
some
think
25
he's
too.
as energetic these days
Game
as he
Pass.
was. Oh, have they added any MLB games yet?
No.
Bummer.
I know, but they have NCAA.
26?
Ooh, no. That'll come soon, though. Ooh, ooh, damn. Yeah. He got rocked.
What?
I'm watching the preseason game.
Oh,
Oh my god. No, that was a clean hit, but he just got freaking rocked.
in preseason?
Yeah. Oh. I was... Why? Why? It's not... Yeah, he just got clocked. Ooh, no, that's helmet to helmet. That's not textbook, I don't think. Buddy. Ooh. Yeah.
He's having a full-blown conversation with the TV.
Alright. I would have let that slide, but... Yeah, I mean, so, like, I was telling my wife the other day, like, I don't like the preseason because, like, none of the starters play. So it's like, and I'm not the type of person that, like, I want to see how deep the roster is. Be like, yeah, I really want to see the third string quarterback play, or like the kid who does special teams, who may make the team as a scrappy slot receiver. Like, I don't need to see that stuff. But it's a 53-man roster, and right now they have like 70 or 80 people.
Oh yeah.
So you have like 30 people that are going to be playing primarily in the first 2 games of preseason that need to prove themselves to get a slot on the roster. So yeah, if the opportunity comes up and you can just lay somebody out, yep, you have your careers on the line. So, and like the starters don't want to get hurt in preseason, so that's why I don't care for it. I don't think that they're gonna risk anything. Like Drake May did the first 2 draft. Well, first on the opening kickoff, Washington kicked the ball off. The Pats returned it for a touchdown. Opening kickoff. So it's 20-3. And then Drake May did 2 series, and then that was it. And I was like, I actually don't know who we have as like any other quarterback behind him. I have no idea. And then Dobbs came out, and I was like, oh, right, we got him. He just sucks. Did you hear they unveiled a Tom Brady statue at Gillette?
No. Well, why
Yep.
why would I keep up with Tom Brady? I'm sorry.
I don't know. Just that's actually fair, because apparently, like, is it like LeBron has a statue in Miami or something like that, or Cleveland, one of the two.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
I don't know. Well, people are making fun of it because it looks nothing like him. It almost looks like a caricature. It's like a bust of his head, or something like that.
So is
People
Tom
making fun of
Brady's
it.
statue
I
awful?
didn't know. It's pretty terrible. Yeah, in my opinion, because everyone thought it was going to be like one of his iconic, well, not even iconic, but like one of his like more popular photos from like there's no iconic picture of Brady.
JT
Right,
just
so-
said, and Robert Kraft called making out with the statue for 2 hours.
I think he beat off onto it like a couple times. Like while
Miss
they're
you,
making
Tom.
it. And they're like making it in a warehouse, and he's just got like a folding chair like 30 feet away while they're making it. And he's like, yeah. Make the biceps bigger.
Like I'm looking at me.
But like proportionally, like his head looks too small a little bit. And it's not of him like raising a Lombardi trophy. It's not of him passing. It's not of like any of the standard pictures that you would see of like if you Google a picture of Tom Brady. It's like none of those pictures.
Is he holding
I
a
don't think it's-
ball?
He's holding his helmet. So he's got
is it fully inflated?
he's got like one hand raised up in the air, I think. Like either a number 1 or like a something up in the air, and then he's holding his helmet by the face mask in his other hand. Yeah, I'll just send you a picture of it. It's stupid. There you go. Like his head's far. That's actually a terrible picture of it. Can I get a better resolution one, please? I mean, his head like his facial features, facial features are like relatively accurate, but it's like one of those like bronze statues, and it's like if you don't have any kind of contrast in color, it just looks stupid. There really isn't even a good picture of it. There we go. Like his head looks small, right?
That looks like that soccer player, dude. More than it looks like Tom Brady.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like his haircut looks like his hair looks stupid in it. It just looks like an old-timey, like, you know what the Heisman Trophy looks like?
Yeah.
And it's like a football player from like the 1920s. And it's like, this already looks old and outdated. Dumb looking. And of course, around here, they're like, who's going to be the next statue? Are they going to do a statue of Bill Belichick?
Yeah, that's only going to be half because his new girlfriend's going to take half of it. She's going to get pissed off one day and just pull up. And
Fiance.
Oh, they're engaged.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Wait, hang on. I may have made that up. I'm pretty sure though. That's not something that I would like think about.
Sit around, make up
yeah, like make something up about that.
Hey, you hear they're engaged now, right? Oh shit, where'd you hear that? ESPN? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or I made that up. I don't know. We're not going to talk about that. But,
okay, so AI says, yes, it appears Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson are engaged, though neither has officially confirmed it. Jordan Hudson has reportedly told at least one person that they're engaged, and there have been other subtle hints, such as Belichick changing the name of his boat to 1+8 rings. That's the word. What a douche.
yeah, no,
What a douche.
Is he okay? Like,
I mean, he's 73 and engaged to a 24-year-old.
yeah, but is he all there mentally?
Whose family fully supports her, like, gold digging. Like, that her there have been reports of like their family's like well aware of exactly what she's doing.
His family or her family?
Sorry, her family.
Oh shit.
And like fully encourage it. And I think have like from very early on been like, yeah, you should just be a gold digger.
That's wild in itself.
Yeah. Because I think she's from like Maine.
Can you imagine how trashy you gotta be to encourage your daughter to be a gold digger?
Yeah.
I just saw where she's like she's cutting up his like Super Bowl jerseys, making like crop tops out of them and stuff. I'm like, what? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Does he have like any kids like from like previous marriage or anything, or is this, I don't know much about the guy.
He's got, I think he's got at least 2 kids because Steve Belichick was like the linebacker coach on the Pats for a while, and he had a mullet before mullets were back in style, and everyone was pretty sure that he was on the white powdery substance because every time he was on the sideline, he was like super intense and like licking his teeth constantly. Like raging on something.
I mean, that fits with the Patriots
Mm-hmm.
players, so.
Mm-hmm. And I think his other son was like on the office side of things in the Pats. I mean, it was nepotism at its finest.
They don't have anything to say about this shit. They're just
Who?
going on with his kids. They're just going
I don't
along
know.
with
I think when you are just like when your family's rich enough, it's just kind of like whatever. Like I'm sure they don't care for it, but like I mean I've gotten this way with my parents too. It's just like, hey, whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna do. Like you're a grown person, you're capable of making your own decisions. And like whatever it is. Like my mom kept going back to the same hospital, like the local hospital, over and over again, and they kept like screwing everything up to the point where like they botched a hip surgery, like a hip replacement, so badly that it has caused her like years of pain, and like my parents have now sued the doctor because it was complete negligence. But like they keep going back there. And one of the times, like, my wife got her transferred into a different hospital network, and it was like a game changer for her. Like the competency was just way better. And then, like, wouldn't you know it? Like she goes back to the local hospital next time something happens, and like both my wife and I have told my mom, like, don't do it. Don't, like, stop. This place is, if you keep going back to this place, they're going to kill you. It's just so bad. And she's like, no, I know. And it's like, all right, well, we've given our advice. And, like, I don't care anymore. Like, they're adults. They're going to make their own decisions. And
Yeah,
like
that's
whatever, and if they like borderline like get themselves killed in like a local hospital after being told that that's gonna happen, then like so be it. So I'm sure it's the same with like Bill Belichick's kids, or they're just like probably said, I don't know if that's a good idea, and he does it anyways, and they're like, all right, yep, well.
You do you, boo boo.
Yep. See you at Thanksgiving. He's thrown off his back foot. What a bum. I hate that guy. He like filled in for Kirk Cousins when on the Vikings when Cousins got hurt, and he had like a pretty good year, but nobody wanted to take him, and so now he's the backup for the Pats, and I always thought he sucked.
We're still talking about Dobby.
Yeah. Stupid. And the problem is that it's 27-3, and everyone's like, well, not everyone, but like, I'm sure I'm gonna hear on like local radios and stuff like, oh yeah, they look good, they look great, they crushed Washington. It's like they have not had one passing touchdown. Drake May ran the ball in. Dobbs ran the ball in. They scored on the kickoff. Got a field goal. So, yeah, no one's been able to pass the ball. And other teams are going to pick up on that pretty quick.
Tigers over here and down PX. This field's bigger than what I thought it was. This is off there. I'm gonna go grab a drink. What a coincidence, Cody. So have I. I just returned. Alright.
Alright.
Just ripped ass out in the kitchen. I was like, what the hell was that? Like, my ass? My wife worked today, and my dad texted me. He's like, "What are you doing today?" I ain't doing nothing until she gets off work, and then we're going to go grocery shopping. You want to come help me get the mower going? It's like, yeah, you'd have to pick me up. And then when she gets off, she'll have to come get me. And he's like, we can arrange something. So I'm thinking that my stepmom's going to come pick me up. And then I'm standing out in the kitchen looking out the window, waiting for him to come up. And I just see my dad slowly roll by, and I forgot. My dad hasn't driven out here since I've been moved all around. So I made sure to text him. I was like, hey, remember, we're in such and such unit, which is right across from our old unit number. Well, he didn't bring his phone. So my dad, who later tells me that, hey, I can't see out one eye really good right now. I gotta go to the eye doctor, figure out what's going on. And all of his other health problems is driving around looking for unit number, which he doesn't even know. And so I see him slow.
Sir, what was your plan?
Yeah. So I see him slow roll by as I'm putting dishes away, and I'm like, oh, so I quickly
You're like, what? Is that my dad?
Yeah. I haven't seen him drive in like 3 years, so I was just like, oh. So I quickly tossed the bowls in the cabinet and closed it all up. I run out the door, lock it, and he's still rolling through the parking lot. And the office lady, she's on the phone outside the office, like where the applications are. And she looks up and she just sees me power walking towards her, and she has just this look of absolute concern on her face. I think she was thinking I was like,
oh no, is she back? Is he back?
Yeah. I didn't know she thought I was like storming up towards her or what. And I was like, oh no, just gotta chase down my ride. He doesn't know the unit number. And she looked and
He's
saw
just
him
out driving for the day.
She looked saw him start laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, I told my dad, I had to scare the shit out of that woman. She looked up and seen me power walking towards her. But he goes around the corner to where we were at before we got moved over here, and he stops at the stop sign down there. And I thought, because he sat there for a bit, so I thought he saw me, he was waiting for me. And then he starts he rolls off back onto the main road, and I shout out, hey! He turns and sees me and slams on the brakes, throws it in reverse, and pulls back into the apartment complex.
He was sitting there, like, deciding which way to go from there.
Yeah.
Not waiting on you.
So I start go towards the passenger side, and he's like, nope, you're driving. And he hops out and jumps over in the passenger seat. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's when he informs me that he can't really see out of one eye currently. It's like, oh, right. Okay. Well, this could have waited till tomorrow, when I could have been dropped off, and then, stepmom could have taken me home.
Right.
But
good on him for giving it a whirl. Super scary for everyone else around him.
He's a trip because he's driven 2 feet his entire life. I got in trouble when I went through driver's ed because I was driving with 2 feet. And so he barely has feeling in 1 foot, so that's even scarier that he's got feeling in 1 foot and only see that one eye. He's driving
with 2 feet.
Yeah, 1 foot on the brake, 1 foot on the gas.
He does know that he's not a NASCAR driver.
To be fair, that's how he trained us all to drive, because we did have to learn drive stick before
There's nothing to be fair about. Like, there's no to be fair. Like,
I'm just
he
saying.
shouldn't have been teaching you that in the first place. So there's no to be fair about it.
I mean,
Like, he taught y'all wrong.
we learned to
right?
drive stick shift, so technically we had our foot on 2 pedals most of the time. But yeah, I got in trouble for it, and
Yeah, rightfully so.
that's how you end up crashing my stepmom's Flex. I don't know if I told you about this. She parked at Rural Farms, and Rural Farms, where the parking spots are, they have these, like those pylons that stick out. They have them that stick out in front of the gas
so that
station.
you don't run into the building.
Yeah.
Or the gas
So-
station. Yeah.
Still haven't gotten a straight answer out of it. She parks, goes inside, and as she's inside, she says she hears a thud loud enough to like shake the windows, and goes outside, and he's getting out of the driver's seat of her brand new Flex, and it is smashed into one of the pylons, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I thought I'd move it up for you." She's like, "Why? We were already in a parking spot." I think he just
Right, but like, what
missed
condition
driving.
is he in that you literally went 3 feet and just like couldn't handle it?
Because he'd had no feeling in his foot, so he went to hit the brake and instead smashed on the gas and just ran right into the pylon.
Okay. But
So-
like, I feel like there's a greater concern there,
Yeah.
where it's like, what was the thought process, but behind, like, knowing that he can't feel his foot?
And he did it anyway.
Yeah.
He's just he's one of those type that doesn't know his limits. He thought he
I
could
guess.
and learned that he couldn't. I think that's why he freaked out today when he jumped, because you used to see how quick he jumped. He can't move too fast, but he surely jumped out of that driver's seat as soon as he saw me.
Yeah.
Came down here for my sister's college graduation.
Yes.
Nice.
But there is like the greater concern, and I think it goes a little bit beyond he doesn't know his own limits, is that it's like putting people's lives in danger.
Oh, it's good. He's got a ram bar in front of that thing. If he hit anything, he'd be fine.
Pedestrian. Yeah. Right.
Because he made the comment today. He's like, he goes, if it was up to me, I'll just tell you to take Pathfinder home tonight. He's like, I ain't going anywhere. I think he scared the shit out of himself to the point where he doesn't want to have the ability to drive.
Right. Like if he
Decide
gets
to.
the urge.
Yeah. I mean, he's still got the truck, but I don't think he got it in him to crawl up into it anymore. It's all he can do to get in there when he gets in the passenger seat, and I have to take him somewhere in it. So
Right.
yeah, it was a trip. Just the look on her face when I come charging out of the door.
Yeah. She's just like slightly terrified.
Yeah. Especially after everything I told you about last night has been going on with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She probably thought the worst.
Mm-hmm. Like you were actually on that guy's side the whole time. Getting revenge.
I've reached that point in my life though where I'm excited about washers and dryers. We got they put brand new washers and dryers in out here, and it's a whole new app now. It used to be you had to go over there, you had to turn your Bluetooth on, and this, we had to get close, and there was always issues with it. But then you had to pick the washer and dryer you were going to use and do all kind it was 6 different steps. Now you just go in there, you scan the QR code on the machine, it pops up and it's like, you sure you want to use this one? And you just hit yeah, and then you hit start on the machine and it goes, and then now it actually has a timer at the bottom of the app for you that keeps track of it, so you don't have to set a timer on your phone anymore. I was like, oh, I love this.
Damn. Man, technology's changed. I would have even been okay with. I would have been okay with the first option. I had to do
Coldest
shared laundry. It was just quarters, yeah, and then I'd go in and if the washer was if someone was drying something, I'd just take my stuff out of the washer because I'm not a rude person, and I just put it in my basket on the side and wait for the dryers to finish up, and then I come back, and if the dryer was still full, I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'll wait another hour, and then if it was still full, I'd just take their laundry out and just throw it on the fucking floor.
I always thought people like to leave their shit in there.
Yeah.
It's how you have no excuse now. It has a timer. It tells
exactly.
You
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Send a push notification to your phone to let you know it's done.
That's what I'm talking about. The fact that exists, that's awesome. And to your point, no excuse. You make a day. It's not I throw laundry in the washer and then go about my day, and then at night I'm oh yeah, I have stuff in the washer, and then move it to the dryer. No. I'm not going too far from home if I'm doing laundry. In my own house with my own washer and dryer. And also it's common courtesy. Other people need to use it. It's the washer and dryer where I lived, where it was shared, it didn't have a timer on it either. So it was purely analog.
Damn.
So it's the first couple of weeks, I figured out how long it took. I was okay, it takes approximately 45 minutes, give or take 5 minutes. Because I would check on it. And then as soon as I put the laundry in, I'd set my timer for 45 minutes. And I'd go back and change it over. And it's not hard to do. Our push notifications and all that stuff, great. Yeah, it gives you zero excuse, but I don't know. You shouldn't need it in the first place.
But every time before,
That's why
even
I
when we
didn't
had
feel
to use
bad.
quarters, I would just set a timer on my phone, go back over to my apartment.
And the people that don't do
off.
it, it's I have no sympathy for you. It's not that hard. So I would literally just take their wet shit. So if someone put their stuff in the washer and then just left it in the washer for hours, I'm not even gonna do the courtesy of putting it in the dryer. I literally would just take it, and it was a room in the middle of the hallway, and it had I don't know, flat top bar around the perimeter of it, places where you could fold laundry and stuff. And
Yeah.
And I didn't even give them the luxury of putting it on to the bar. I literally just dropped on the floor.
Damn.
It's F you. Yeah, but come on.
See, I was always afraid that if I did that, people would go and fuck with my shit. And now
Yeah, but that's the thing. So I was so on point about it that I wouldn't even give them the time to come fuck with my stuff. Like, if you know me, like, I would, if I did that, like, I'd be sitting there and I'd be checking on my laundry every, like, 10 minutes, making sure that no one was coming back and messing with it.
Good lord.
Yeah. Like, I know the risk that's associated with, like, taking laundry out and dumping it on the ground. So, like, yeah. So, like, I'm trying to send a message with that of, like, that's rude. So, like, try it again and do better. And people aren't going to be too receptive to that. So, I know the natural reaction is going to be like, well, it was in this washer and someone else has stuff in that washer now, so it must have been them that did it, so I'm going to mess with their stuff.
Yeah, well, that's why. Yeah,
So that's why I'm like, I checked on my laundry like more frequently to make sure that the washer was still going. Yeah, and I got my stuff out of there real quick.
I don't know how people can just like put their stuff in and just leave it there like overnight, like especially in a shared space like that. I don't get that. Like as soon as my stuff, the dryer, I actually set my timer for 1 minute under the time that it takes.
Yeah.
So I'm heading over there and I'm there when they stop, so I can take it out and go.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't understand how people
dryer. You want that
leave it
fresh.
over there.
You want that fresh, soft, like warm laundry to fold. It's way easier to fold it that way.
Yeah, and they don't go.
You don't want to get all wrinkled and shit. Yeah. I mean, I don't even do that here. Like with my own washer and dryer. Like if I leave it in overnight, occasionally I'll do that just because, like, I'll forget. Even though I have to walk right past it, leaving here. But it happens.
Yeah, I feel like it's much easier
I'll be
to
like,
forget,
oh, I'll forget.
when it's
And then I'll
your washer and
just-
dryer than it
True.
is when it's a shared. Like you have to put everything in a basket, take it over to the laundry room, put it in. I feel like
Yeah.
that's hard to forget that you put it over there.
Well, now that I'm paying
What's up, Sean?
my
How are you?
own water bill, because normally what I do is if I just like leave it overnight, I'm like, well, it's probably like kind of dried and like kind of nasty, so I'll just wash it again.
Oh, yeah, that water bill will.
Yeah,
And that
so
real
now
quick.
that I pay my own water bill, I'm like, oh, well, like, is it still wet or is it like dried out? If it's dried out, then it's gonna get all like funky smelling. So, like, I can't. So if it's still like wet, I'll just move it over. But before it was like, no matter what, even if it was like, I put laundry in and then I went to work and I came home and like forgot. And I came home from work, I just washed it again. Be like, I don't know, I'm not gonna chance it.
I'm wondering if, so they mount it outside the office and outside of the laundry room. They mount these black boxes, and I couldn't figure out what they were for at first. So when I went over there the other day, I saw the brand name of them was on the one side of it. So I was like, all right, let me Google search that. And it's so it's a box that you can like hook an app to, a phone app, and unlock it through your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that's where they're heading, so we don't have to have keys anymore. We could just be like unlock it with our phone, because it'll be so much easier than having to like put the basket down, and dig a key out, unlock it.
I don't know.
I just think it would be.
The
And
rest
that
of
would
my family
also
has
prevent people from using it when they're not supposed to.
The rest of my family has like the keyless entries to their house with like either like a code
Yeah.
or something like that, and it's like my dad was pushing hardcore for that, and I was just like, Like,
I
don't
wouldn't
know.
want that for like my actual unit, but for like the washroom and everything, yeah, I'm game.
Yeah.
Game for that.
All right, that's fair.
And like they have, so they have where her office is at. There's a, I don't know if you've ever seen like the Amazon package boxes or
Yep. Yeah.
containers
we
they
had
have
those.
in like the Walgreens and stuff, where they put the package in,
yeah,
you
the lockers.
punch in a code. Yeah, the locker. There you go. I couldn't think of the
Yeah.
name of it. She has one of those like in the hallway that leads to her office. So we're gonna have to be able to get into there if they drop our packages off when she's not there. So I'm thinking that's why they're heading that way with it, which I'm all for. I was thinking,
I mean,
everyone out here where it's been run down as shit for so long. Now we have these neat technology things coming. It's just like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it gets progressively cheaper. Because now it's just like, you know, so many different companies can do that, so price gets stripped down. So it just becomes like common, like they're redoing everything. What's like an extra few $100 for that?
Yep, and now we have open Wi-Fi out here through the apartments that anyone can use. I guess it's for people that don't have internet, but it's just like that's cool. So if I'm like over,
I'm sorry, how do you not have internet?
You never know. You never know.
And like,
I mean,
don't cater to those people.
There was a couple, and I don't think they live out here anymore, but there was a couple of guys that lived over on the end, and I thought, because it was before anyone like moved over to the new places, and there was a dude out there hanging on one of the one-bedroom patios with his bike. And I was like, I think a homeless guy's just kind of like chilling out by that unit over there. Come to find out he was living there. And I was like, well, that would probably be the people that don't have internet.
I suppose. Yeah, but like, you're gonna spend that much just to cater to that very small percentage?
Soybeans ready? I don't know. We're supposed to have like a small like computer lab come into the big office backstage in the back of the. It's supposed to be a big office for her with like a community area or something like that, and it's supposed to have a couple of computers.
It's like a hotel.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
I
just don't understand
the business center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know, everyone's just gonna look up dirty things on that.
Yeah. We're gonna get notes on our doors. Can you guys please stop looking up rusty trombones?
Oh, I think it's gonna be worse than that. You're gonna get a whole bunch of police presence around there. Like, yeah, we noticed that such like this IP address was used to search for like X, Y, and Z. You know, it's like all the creeps look up stuff at the library. Because they're like, oh yeah, it's not my IP address, not my computer, so I'll just search for whatever I want. It's just like, yeah, we have you on camera searching for that. It's gonna be the same thing for your business center.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me.
No, definitely. Well, I'm just saying, like, if your neighbor is anything like some of the clientele there.
Oh man.
All right, riddle me this. So, our street's getting repaved, right? So it was supposed to be at the beginning of July. And then, so like, we were prepared for it. Nothing happened. And then we get like a little letter stuck into our door that was like, oh yeah, sorry that we told you it was going to be back then. It's actually going to be Monday. And this was stuck into our door on Friday. And it's like, they said it was going to take a month. They said it was going to take a
short-term notice.
month. Yeah. They said it was going to take a month. It's like, our street is literally like a horseshoe that leads like to a main road, like either end of it. And it's like maybe a quarter mile long. Maybe. At best. And it's like, I'm sorry, it's going to take a month? So they came in on Monday, stripped everything down to like the lower layer, and then left it for 2 weeks. Once a week they had a street sweeper come. And then I came home from work on Tuesday, and that was at like 4:30, right? And they were paving the road, but they started in the middle of, or like the bottom part of the horseshoe, right? And did essentially like in front of my house and the neighbors, like two of the neighbors to the side, on both sides. And then a progressively smaller amount of paving on one side of the road going up one side to where it basically just like goes from full pavement down to back to the millwork. And then they left that for 3 days. It's still like that.
Well, not worse than what they did here in town, like the road over from where the school is. They
just like, you started it, and you did some of it, but like, what happened?
They paved one side of the road and then left the other side for like 2 months, and then finally come back and finished it.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out the logic because there's like there's like neighborhoods on the opposite side of the main street that are also getting done at the same time. So I'm like trying to understand their logic. Like maybe they finished up one of the roads and had extra asphalt, so they came over here to like get rid of it because they were going to be doing this next. But when I was driving today, they were paving a different road, one of the side roads. So I was like, all right, well, that's not it. But the funniest part of this is, out on like one of the ends of the horseshoe, there's a corner lot, and there are trees that line the side of our street have grown out into the road by like 5 feet. So it's essentially a 1-lane road getting in and out on that side. And they let the trees overgrow into the road on the main road. So if I pull out and I'm trying to look right, I can't see anything because their tree is blocking it. So it's like super dangerous. So before they gave us the initial announcement that they're going to be paving, my wife lodged a complaint with the DPW for their property. Yep.
So Jesse, how you doing,
nothing
man?
happened. And then once we got the thing in the mail on the Friday, saying that they're actually going to do it, on Sunday they had a crew coming down and like when they did the milling, just like cleared out literally everything. It's all gone. And then the people in that house, I was just like scrolling through our like town's Facebook page, and they were like, oh, big shout out to like such and such tree company for like cutting all of our stuff back on short notice and stuff. And I was like, I wonder if that's the house. So I like sent that to my wife, and she's just like, Oh man, so she looked it up and it was actually that house that posted on the Facebook page. And they were like, oh, we were left in such a tough spot with such short notice. Apparently there was a complaint.
Damn.
And I was like, good on the DPW though, for like actually enforcing that. Because it was like they can't have their shit grown out into the road. Like that's pretty inconsiderate. If you're gonna have like trees and plants that grow and stuff on your property, like you can't have them hang over into other people's property.
Yeah, especially in the road. Like, that's...
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a public way.
Take care of your shit.
Yeah, it's public property. Like, plus a 3-foot easement. So when they cut everything back, because it was so overgrown that it looked like the pavement wasn't even there on like the 5 feet that it was overgrown onto the road. So when they cut everything back, I was like, oh my god, like they actually took up like probably more than 5 feet of like overgrowth.
And it gets to be because we had a complaint. No, you should have took your your shit before.
Well, the funny thing is like to lodge a complaint, like you have to. It can't just really be like anonymous because it's all like public stuff. So I was just like, oh man, like you're gonna put a name, like a target on our backs. We're gonna be those people.
I don't care, Karen. My shit's trimmed.
Oh, I mean, my wife was. So she's like, I don't care. Like, you can't do that. And I was like, yeah, it's a good point.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
Yeah. But eventually, like, I'd like to get into like a local government around here. So, like, we've only been here for like 6 months.
oh god, you'd be stopping and be like, hey Frank, it looks like your bushes are growing out into the roadway a little bit. You might want to take care of that. Hey,
now I know we don't have
another complaint.
Yeah, it's like now I know we don't have an HOA, Frank, but the DPW is kind of our HOA. So don't make me file a complaint with them. You know I will. Have a good day.
I wouldn't file a complaint, Frank, but you know, I know someone who just might. Go home. Hey, honey, I need you to file another complaint.
Right.
She's like, I'm already working on it.
No, what I was saying is like we should use our neighbors' contact information. Like use Mark's stuff. Yeah, this is Mark.
Hi, my name's
Like-
Mark, and
You can give us like home, give us home phone and home address, and just be like, yeah,
Have a good night, lame ass.
and put that on the record.
Then when the neighbors start freaking out about it, you just act shocked. Mark, why would you
But,
do
Mark,
that, man?
Dude,
It's not
Mark,
very
you're such a-
neighborly.
You're such a dick, dude. Like, come on. Like, you ever heard of a thing called minding your own business, Mark? Come on.
You're lame because you don't play Farming Simulator. Lame-o.
I'm still waiting for like a invitation to a neighborhood block party. I feel like this is one of those like traditional like 1950s Americana neighborhoods.
And then you see them
There's
putting
just
all their keys in a
all a
fishbowl,
bunch of-
and you're like, maybe I don't want to go to this party.
Right. There's a reason why you all have the same names. Surrounding us are either Lori or Laura. Like the entire street.
That's a bit weird.
And then all of the guys are named either Mark or Matt. I shit you not. So like I can't remember anybody's name in the neighborhood. I've only met obviously Mark and Lori, and then the only other younger couple on the street, and I call him the Merce.
The what?
The Merce.
The Mirth?
Yeah.
Man purse?
He's a nurse.
Oh, okay.
So like from Meet the Parents.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so nobody gets that reference, so I would just like, yeah, I usually end up having to explain it, but it's the
Well,
Merce.
when you said Mirth, all I could think of was man purse.
Yeah. And he's got, like, they have 2 kids, but everyone else is in their, like, late 60s, early 70s. So the guy next door that I have met, I don't know if he's Mark or Matt. It's one of the two. But I call him Bill Belichick. Because he just, anytime I interact with him, he's usually just kind of like, yeah. And like one time we went out for a walk. It was when we first moved in, and he's just like, hey, how you doing? Are you guys going for a walk? Don't get lost. It's like, okay, buddy. And he like kind of looks like Bill Belichick a little bit. Yeah, so he's just like a grumpy old guy. It's like, you know, when Bill Belichick gives his press conferences, when he gives his press conferences and stuff, like that's how he talks. Literally. So he's Bill Belichick. And like that's it. I don't know I've never met my other next door neighbors. And I love it. It's just a polite wave, neighborly wave.
Well, the woman in the one bedroom on the one side of us, every time she sees me out and about, she stops me and talks to me.
Oh no.
She's hilarious though. Like I could sit there and talk to her for a while, but it's always like when I gotta do something. Like the one morning she stopped me, I had shit really bad, and she just kept going on and on and on. I was like, all right, yeah, I gotta, and like I'd start walking down the aisle like I had to go, and she'd start talking about something else. But she's a trip, and then you know about the other neighbors, and then you got the old guy across the way. He's I just call him the old guy that lives across the way. I don't know what his actual name is, but he's
it's succinct, it's accurate. I like it.
He's always talking to. Every time he sees me out, he's waving and talking to us. He's pretty nice. Then down a little bit from us, we've agreed to call them shit'ems because one day I go out and talk to them or to check the mail, and he's like, "Hey, how are you?" I was like, "I'm pretty good. How are you?" "I'm pretty good." And as he's checking his mail, and I'm standing behind him waiting to check my mail, he proceeds to shit his pants. I mean, like,
love it.
It sounded wet as wet can be, and he doesn't say a word. He does not. He just turns around and walks back into his apartment. So after I've described that to him, we both agreed that his name is now Shit'ems. So if we see him out and about, hey, there's Shit'ems. And then Crazy Eyes across the way. I think I've ever talked to her once, but the woman, I don't know if it's like her mother or just a friend, but every time she sees me, she talks to me. She don't live there, so I don't know how they know each other. I just know Crazy Eyes lives there. That's because she's got one eye goes one way, one eye goes the other way. But I couldn't tell you their names.
Yeah, see?
The only one I know
just
is
make up names for them.
I only know the one next door, Miss Sylvia. That's because she's like the town complainer, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she's the narc.
She was like, the one day we were over there, she's like, you ever got a problem, you just come tell me, I'll complain for you. I'm like, all right.
And you know that she's being sincere.
Yeah, 100%. Which is another benefit for us because we're quiet and we keep to ourselves. So, like, if we were doing something wrong, that she'd be snitching on us on a heartbeat, and she hasn't. So, I guess that's a good sign for the office lady that we're decent people. That's why she stuck us next door, because she knows we ain't gonna do anything to have her knocking on the door. She told her flat out, because so her area, like the upstairs one bedrooms, they have like balconies, and then the one bedrooms have like a little patio out in front of their main door, like nothing huge, but there's a little area on each side of the door, and she had like plants set up on either side of the door, and the office lady told her she couldn't, and she looked her dead in the face and said, "Don't fuck with me."
Love it.
And then she was like complaining because she was talking to one of the construction workers, and the construction worker told her that they were putting in like gazebos and they're gonna have like grills that everyone can use. And she goes, "What's the point of that? They already told us we can't use grills out here." I said, "Yeah, but I think that's because people were dumb enough to like put them up against the back of the unit. It was melting like the siding and stuff. So that's probably why we're not allowed to have them, because one idiot ruins it for everybody." She goes, "Watch, we're gonna have it for like a month, and she's gonna put a note on the door telling us we can't use them either." Like, why the fuck you spend money on all that? Like,
wait, you can have grills on your porches?
We're not allowed to anymore. We used to be allowed to, but I think what happened was so many people were just putting them up against the back of the unit. It was starting to damage the siding and everything, so she banned them. But they're gonna have like community grills, kind of like if you go to a park.
Oh,
and they have,
gross! Yeah. Well, they're. I'm pretty sure it's illegal in Massachusetts. Even though where we used to live, there was a condo complex behind us, and they're like four-story tall buildings, probably like 12 units per building, and they all had porches, and like 50% of them had grills out there. It's like, yeah, like I can completely understand, because the house, well, I guess like perpendicular to us, like on the street perpendicular to us, it was like 3 houses down, caught fire because the second unit in like a triple decker, the second unit had a grill fire, and it caught the whole thing on fire. And it's like, how pissed would you be if you just lost all of your shit because some a-hole that lived below you like couldn't grill a steak? So like,
true.
I don't think they should be allowed in like multi-unit
Well, that's what the
buildings. Shouldn't be allowed.
The office manager, when we first moved in out here, she told us, she goes, "You're not supposed to have grills." She said, "But I don't mind if you have a small one." So we just went out and got like one of the tabletop Coleman ones.
Yeah, like get an electric one. That's fine.
Yeah. So, well, no, this is like the tabletop gas grill, like
like camping grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it has like the little tiny, like the camping propane tank and stuff.
Yep. She was okay with that, but now we just got
like
the
that's not
electric
going to
one
burn down a complex.
Yeah, we got one of the electric ones that you sell, the indoor ones that you sit on your countertop. It's not as good, but it gives me that grilled feeling, I guess. Like, you don't get the smokiness and everything, but
Yeah, but you still get like the char on it.
yeah, yep.
It's all that matters. Philips was like the first company that came out with that. Like where I used to work, that was the big thing.
It's
The
nice.
The electric grill. There was like
And
blue
mine-
light. I think it was like the blue light grill.
Mine has it so you have the grill option, and then you also have the flat top option.
Yeah.
So you can buy that plate and basically have like a
Yeah,
griddle
the
sort of thing. Yeah.
Or you can do the like grill that has the ridges.
Yeah. Which is nice. But I feel bad because the last time we got a note about saying no grills, someone just bought a brand new Blackstone because the box was still out in the dumpster when she put the note, and that's probably how she knew. So she was just like,
Yeah, those are a little
absolutely
bit
no
better.
grilling allowed.
Yeah, but Blackstone's different. That's a flat top. It's not like open. Well, I mean, it's open flame, but it's not like open flame. Like you're not gonna. Like, if you put like a piece of chicken on it, it's not gonna catch on fire, like it could on an open flame grill. So it's a little different.
Technically, it's not allowed. So feel
Nah, I
bad for those
guess.
people who just went out and bought a brand new one. Just be told.
Well, I mean,
Uh-uh.
I got my Blackstone when I got married. So that'd be about almost 4 years ago. And this summer, I actually didn't get to use it a whole lot the last place that we lived because, for whatever reason, anytime we opened that sliding door, like my cat would just beeline it for the door every single time. So it was more of a hassle than anything. But this place, like, still have a sliding door. It goes out to a larger deck, but like we have our trash can next to the door, and the cat normally sits on that. And I can just like open the door, no problem, and she just doesn't care. Just kind of like no desire to go out there, which is amazing. But I've been able to use the Blackstone like a lot more. I've actually gone through like 2 full propane tanks
Damn.
this year. Yeah, like the 20-gallon ones. Or 25-gallon ones, whatever it is. And I've figured it out. Because I was regretting the Blackstone decision for a few years. And this year, I get it. And I've been able to, like, do a lot more.
Not even gonna lie, you come across some of the people making some of that shit on the Blackstones, the flat tops, and I was like, oh my god.
So most,
I wish I
yeah.
had one.
So, was it like 2 or 3 weeks ago? I did like cheesesteak subs.
Nice.
So I just like took the shaved steak and like hibachi style, just like chopped it all up, let it sit there, and then what did I put something else on the side. Oh, I made like chicken and stir fry for my wife's lunch for the week on the other side of that. And then when the cheesesteak was good, I just like slapped on like 6 or 8 slices of American cheese, and then like put the little cover over it, and then like let that melt, and then like
Oh, yeah.
mixed it all in. And then when that was done, I like moved the chicken over to the side, and then put down some butter, and then took the sub rolls and put them on there to toast the buns.
Mm-hmm.
And then scooped all the cheesesteak into the subs. It was pretty damn good. So, like, it was the first time I've done something like that. Because now I understand it's more of a process. So, you have to, like, preheat a grill.
Mm.
But it's, like, different for Blackstone. So if I want to use the Blackstone, I'm gonna turn it on like 20 minutes before, and like keep the lid open, and just let it like preheat naturally, like cast iron.
So you're gonna say let your dinner come to the grill. Bird lands, and you're like, that's what's for dinner.
At this point, it'd be hummingbirds. We get the straight up turf wars with hummingbirds right now.
It's because you're feeding them.
Yeah, but I didn't know how territorial they were. Like, they're aggressive with each other. I saw like TikToks of, or like TikTok lives, I guess, as I scroll through. You know how you get like the occasional live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I kept coming to this guy who obviously lived in like Alabama or Mississippi or something, and he had like 5-gallon buckets on his porch. He made like custom hummingbird feeders, and there were literally like 100 hummingbirds around. And I was like, damn, that's awesome. And my wife's always wanted to have a hummingbird feeder. She's never seen a hummingbird. So, like, we got one, and I set it up on our porch because it's actually like a great spot for it. And it became like a huge hummingbird spot. But it's gotten to the point where the hummingbirds will sit on, we have it on like a shepherd's hook, like hanging off, and it's clamped to our porch. And the hummingbird, which I've never seen them like land before, like stationary, it sits on top of the shepherd's hook. And if any other hummingbird tries to get the sugar water from it, it attacks them. And they gang up on each other.
Jeez.
It's a lot. I didn't want to create this. I didn't know this was going to happen. And then reading more about it, I was like, oh my god, they're like super aggressive and territorial. So I was like, what's the solution to this? And they're like, more hummingbird feeders. So it's just like, fuck it, you're right. So I went out and got the same setup.
God.
And we have a wraparound porch because they're like, you need to have a separate setup and it needs to be like out of sight of the other one. And I was like, can do. And also, my mom got us hummingbird plants. So like, they're like the tall ones that have like the like bell flowers that the hummingbirds like. So those are in like planters a couple feet away from the hummingbird feeder. And they actually use the plants too, which is pretty cool. But we moved them over on separate sides, and now it's become like an even bigger turf war because now that we have two, we're drawing in all of the hummingbirds that were like, it's like our neighbors to the side that I don't know at all. They had hummingbird feeders out, and I'm pretty sure that we've taken all of the neighborhood hummingbirds. And it's become a huge clusterfuck. And I hate that it's like something so stupid. Because like, what do I care? Honestly. What do I care? But like, I created a problem. And now I'm just kind of like committed to fixing it. Because I don't think it's right.
A bigger problem.
Well, I don't think it's right that they're just like, you know, like all the hummingbirds deserve food. And then I started thinking about it the other day after watching like the turf war expand. Because now there's constantly, at least anytime you look out the window on either side of the house, there's hummingbirds there. And it started out very gradual, and now it's escalated so quickly. And then I thought about like the TikTok live that I watched, and I was just like, oh, I get it now. Like, he created a massive problem for himself. So he's gonna have to keep adding 5-gallon buckets forever.
Not gonna lie, when you start your story off with this guy in Alabama, I thought you were going to end with him having like hummingbird fights. That's why he was live streaming. Instead of cockfights, it's just hummingbird fights.
No, but I feel like if I get like a dedicated like stream, like TikTok stream, live stream of hummingbirds, like you could just get passive income. Like, people will watch that shit for hours.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just set up a camera on the hummingbird feeder, like, you can make money off that. And then if I like happen to walk by naked, then whatever.
Just butt ass naked with your morning coffee.
Yeah. I have.
What the
You
Jackson
know what I
Mod
did
narrative,
today?
man?
The place that's down the street from us, it's like a quarter mile down the road, is a coffee. And like, well, there's a big park down the street, and they do primarily ice cream, but they also do like coffees and like lattes and stuff like that, and like breakfast foods. And every week this summer they've done like a drink of the week or coffee of the week, and it's usually pretty cool. So 4th of July they had a mix of blue slush with vanilla soft serve and red slush to make it look like a pop rocket ice cream things or popsicle things, and it was awesome. They do a lot of creative stuff. So this week they're doing the iced coffee bucket, and it's a 34-ounce bucket, like literal bucket with a handle, and they just fill it full of iced coffee. And if you want a large iced coffee there, it's $5.50. If you want the bucket thing, it's $6. Which I know is a lot for coffee, but around here that's kind of the norm.
Yeah, I mean, that's there's a place, it's in Maryland, somewhere around here, that they have the buckets of iced coffee.
So
And I think it's more expensive than $6, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. It's
Pail
like
of iced coffee.
a large iced
could
coffee
be.
there is
Jack.
$5.50, and a large is 20 ounces. I think. I don't know. I usually get cold brew, so iced coffee is, I don't know. But I was like, damn, if it's $6 for 34 ounces, like, that's a great deal. So I went down and got one this morning. I was like, I have to try this. And you know what? Like, I am all for a lifestyle where I just carry around a bucket of iced coffee. I just imagine myself on like the subway. I just like walk on with a bucket of iced coffee and the straw, because you can't just use a small, like regular size straw. So they give you one of those like wide mouth, like boba tea straws. That's what they put in the middle of it. But the worst part about it is, so it's such a small building. It's like, basically it's like a big shed. It's like 10 by 20. Right? And they have a window where you order, and then they have a window that's like 10 feet down where you pick up the order, and they call out the order for everything. So I was there at like 8 o'clock this morning, and there was a bunch of people waiting for stuff, and then they called my order, and they were just like, mind you, Nobody else is ordering this. Like, only a select few people get this thing.
You just walk away your bucket, everybody stares at you.
They're like, I have a bucket of coffee? A bucket of iced coffee for PJs? You know, it's just like instant shame. It's like, nope, it's not like a large. It's not like an extra large. It's not a medium. It was a bucket. Of a bucket of iced coffee.
They just called you out like that.
Yeah, and it's just like, is he having a rough day? It's like, no, I just...
I saw it and had to have it.
It's novelty, and I just wanted to try. I just figured, like, from a dollar's perspective, this was super efficient. I had to see what it was all about. But, like, am I going to make iced coffee and then bring that to work to drink it out of on Tuesday? Yep. Really have these people asking questions.
I mean, I guess it could be worse. It could be like a Red Bull. Just a bucket of Red Bull you're chucking down at work every day.
Or like a handle of vodka, I guess. Like, if you want to go down that road, could be anything. Although, honestly, the funniest thing about corporate America is, like, if I showed up and just had a handle of, like, Jim Beam on my desk that wasn't full. I don't think anybody would say anything.
Everybody would be coming to visit and hoping they get a shot.
No, I just think no one wants to be that person. It's like, don't ask, don't tell. You know when that was a thing?
Do you want
They're like, hey, I'm not going to report this to HR because, like, if you are that insane to have that on your desk, I don't know what you're capable of. And I'm not going to be the person to rat you out. Like, someone else will.
Get one with a pump handle on it and just act like you're putting it in your morning coffee. I needed to get through the day, Linda.
It's like one of my coworkers is, her name's Patricia. So, one of the things that makes, when my wife asked about, like, how my day was, like, my days are super lame and filled with numbers and shit that is just not interesting to anybody. So, my coworkers, I usually just give them nicknames, as I do with my neighbors. Apparently, I just give everyone nicknames. So, when I talk about Patricia, I always scream. I always just go, Patricia! Like, you know, the Vine?
Yeah.
All right.
That's
so
what went through my head when you said Patricia. That's all I could think about.
Yeah. So, my wife's never seen that. So, when I was explaining it, or when I was like telling her about that, she's like, I don't know what that is. So I showed it to her. So she doesn't find it funny. The Vine itself. So It's like, I guess you had to be there back in the day.
The milk's gone bad.
Yeah. But when she's like, oh, how's your day? And if I have any interactions with Patricia, I'm just so like, oh, yeah, I was doing such and stuff. And then Patricia came over and, you know, asked me this. But so, like, one of my coworkers, I thought her name was something else for like the first month and a half that I worked with her, and then during one of my like one-on-ones with my manager, I said her name, and he was like, "Oh, you mean this name?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess." And then I looked, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's actually like her name's completely different." So when I refer to her, to my wife, I call her the artist formerly known as. Because for the first month and a half, she was asking me, like, you know, how's work? And I was referring to this person by the original name. And that was wrong, so. Her nickname is the artist formerly known as.
Start calling her Prince. You throw your wife off, like.
No, and then one of my coworkers is like. One of my coworkers is like 10 years younger than me. So I just call her Gen Z.
Oh, Jesus. Better than my dad. My dad just refers to everyone as bozo. Then this bozo comes over here. The bozo lives next door. Everybody's bozo. To be fair, his neighbor is kind of a bozo. Dude, every time his warranty runs out, goes out, gets another vehicle, and then he doesn't understand why his car payment's so high. My dad tried to explain it to him, and yeah, but what if something happens to it? Dad's like, you know, you can pay for it, right? I'd just rather have that warranty just in case.
My best friend's grandfather is yeah, I think he's like pushing 90, I think. And he you ever seen Gran Torino?
Yeah.
Yeah, he calls it. Yeah, he calls it like he sees it, but like casual conversation. He's just like, oh yeah, you know, I was going to the store the other day and like, you know, this such and such was coming down the aisle and did this, and it's just like, no, you can't really say that these days.
Oh, but he can, and he's taking advantage of it. That would be 100% be me. Oh, people just get to say the most out-of-pocket shit and get away with it. Like, sign me up. Sign me up.
I don't know. Well, I was watching the, of course, like the TikTok, and people have been saying that like the parenting style has changed, and it's less of the like everybody gets an award and more on like the F around and find out So it's like, yeah, you can do that, but like, there's going to be repercussions, and then they do it, and then the repercussions happen, and they're just like, yeah, I told you. And that's the millennial parenting style. Yeah, I'm like completely here for that.
I don't know. TikTok scares the shit out of me when you see some of the shit that goes on these days. Have you seen the one where a 13-year-old girl got her phone taken away, and then she proceeds to go out with a pickaxe and just go to town on the truck bed?
Well, I also think that 90% of TikTok is fake.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some stage shit, like that one with the
I
girl
think that's
on the
staged.
tablet. But that, I don't know.
I do. I think that truck was getting junked,
No.
and they're like, "Oh, why don't we make a video of this?"
I mean, it had up-to-date tags on it.
But it doesn't matter.
But
You can put
you
up-to-date.
don't-
I
you don't
had
see the front
up-to-date
end.
tags on a 2001 Subaru. That
Yeah, but
got
you weren't
junked.
junking it.
It got junked.
Oh, poor Lucas.
I know. Like, they told me that, I mean, my trade-in was $500 for scrap.
Poor
So,
Lucas.
yeah. But, like, I knew that before I turned it in. So, like, I could have turned it in with a pickaxe in the back of it, and they wouldn't have cared. Because they're going to crush it anyways. So, I think most of the stuff on TikTok's fake. Because I think people have studied and figured out the algorithms enough so that they know how to get views on videos. So what I think would be really interesting of TikTok to do is to, in order to like level the playing field, is to constantly change the algorithm. Because the content creators figured out that if you put like the main point of the story at the like, make it a 2-minute video and put the point of the video in the, like the last 5 seconds, because they've figured out that like they get paid by how long someone views the video. Right? So like change how things get monetized constantly. Because as soon as people figure that out, they exploit it and they do fake things in order to get money. Because
I hate when it's
I
like,
can post a TikTok that's gonna be like, I'm gonna show you the biggest dump in the world that I took because I filmed me taking the biggest dump in the world, and then spend 2 minutes of it like the camera facing me, my face, just being like, oh, ah, oh, for like 1 minute and 49 seconds, and then I don't even show the poop that I took.
yeah, it
And
knows
then I'll
the
be
hell
like,
of me
part two will be posted tomorrow
when
to
they have
reveal it.
the body cam footage and it cuts off before the end, so you can't figure
Yeah,
out what
and you
happened.
need like part 2, part 3, part 4.
Yep.
Yeah, and you have to go like elsewhere. And it's like because they've figured it out. If they can drive traffic. So like mix it up. Don't monetize by like the amount of time that's viewed. It should be monetized by what you claim the video is versus what it actually is. I guess that's just coming as an angry old millennial. But complain about TikTok
Bring
content.
back my Vine, you sons of bitches.
Yeah. Like,
Back in my
I
day,
truly
this is
think-
up just for people dancing.
I think TikTok should still exist, but I think they should bring back Vine because I like that it was capped at a certain time limit.
Well, TikTok used to be, and then they just, you can make it however long you want.
They can get like a 10-minute video
Yeah.
of nothing.
If I see it's longer than a couple minutes, I'm outie. I don't even bother. I don't even care what it's about.
The most frustrating was that, like, it was someone driving on the opposite side of the highway, and there was like a big wreck on the opposite road, and they're like filming all the emergency vehicles leading up to it, and then the video ends before they show like the actual accident. And it's like, no, I'm not even going to give in to this. I'm not going to go to your channel to see if there's a part 2. I'm not. Because you know what? That was in like Arizona or something like that. And it's not relevant to me. I don't care. Am I curious? Yeah. Do I need to know? Like, am I going to be sitting there at like 2 in the morning, lying in bed wide awake, being like, I wonder what happened? No.
Yeah, the only ones that get me are the ones where it's what's the radio show host, Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Yeah. Oh my
Those
god.
get me.
All right, so we're on the same. The second date update. Or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
second day update.
Dude, I fell into a rabbit hole with that. So that means you did too, and it was around the same time, so probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yep.
See, and that's the freaking algorithm. Like, why? Well, I've never heard of them.
Me neither.
The people that live in that city have never heard of them, because every time they call, they're like, "Yeah, there's Brooke and Jubal in the morning." And it's like, "I'm sorry, did you say gerbil?" Like, I've never heard of you. And they're like, "Yeah, we get that a lot. It's a morning radio show, like in the Washington area." I'm like, okay. It's like, listen, even though I don't listen to like morning radio shows, I used to when I lived in New Hampshire because they had a good one. Like, the morning shows in the Boston area suck. But even though I don't listen to them, I know who they are. So the fact that nobody knows who they are is kind of sad. But yes, did you have to find yourself constantly going to find like part 2 and part 3, and it was on somebody else? It was on somebody else's page.
Yep. You have to search
'Cause you
for it
have
and
to,
like
like, search
scroll
for
down
it.
like 3
Yeah.
videos to find the next part.
Yeah. So what got busted around here? So in the Boston area, I think it was like Jammin' 94.5 had the same thing. It was called Second Date Update, and this is back when I was in high school. And they got busted because their calls were staged. So I looked into it. And though they haven't confirmed that they're staged 100%, it is likely that they're all fake.
Yeah, though the last one I remember, it seemed a little too outrageous
Tell me
to be.
Yeah, which ones? Which ones? Because I'm sure we heard the same ones.
The ones
I
where
literally spent an entire day that I was not working. I spent like, Jesus, like 6 hours.
the one where she went, like he went to the bathroom and she happened to walk past the bathroom and heard him grunting and saying her name.
Oh no, I didn't hear that one.
Oh, and he would not deny it, but he wasn't. He was just like, why? He got all pissed off. He's like, why would you be listening to me through my bathroom door? And then the woman radio Brooke was just like,
Oh, yeah, she sucks.
oh my god, like, you were totally doing it then, weren't you?
Yeah, she sucks.
He goes, it doesn't matter what I was doing in my bathroom. What's the problem here is she was listening in through the bathroom door. I was like, all right.
Yeah. Did you get the one where they met on like the cat dating site?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he didn't even have a cat.
And then there was the one where she took his toothbrush because she thought he might be the
Oh,
father.
yeah. Or the one where she just broke into his house.
What was the one where the wife called because her husband was
Yeah.
with her ex or something at a business meeting. He's like, we're gonna call them and just gonna be like, we're gonna say, oh, we want flowers, and see if he sends them to you or her. It's like, oh yeah, because that would be my first like go to, like, oh, let's say you want flowers and see who he sends it to. And I'm sorry if I've never done it, but if I was having an affair and a radio show called me and asked me who I want to send flowers to, why would you say anyone else but your wife?
Yeah.
That's just like you
Right.
set
So it's
yourself
just
up
like,
for
it's kinda
failure
made
there,
up.
bud.
Yeah. It's got to be made up.
Yeah.
Which sucks because like I know it all probably like started out as legitimate, but they had to keep it interesting.
Yeah, you gotta. Especially in radio, like it was all the podcasts now being where it's at. When you're in radio, you gotta have something to keep people's attention. Because
I'm so angry at podcasts right now.
Oh, good lord!
Yeah, because it's like I really like true crime stuff, right? Like any documentary, true crime documentary, I'm watching it, right?
Yeah.
So with my old job, I could just sit there and watch like TV all day, essentially. Like whether I was streaming it or at work, like on my iPad, or I was at home watching it, right? But with this job, like I can't do that. So I've been listening, trying to find like good true crime podcasts.
Good luck.
And
There's
the
probably
only-
like a million of them.
There are, but you know what pisses me off the most about them is that they tell you what happens in the beginning. So like the ones that I've been watching, they're just like, yeah, this crime still has not been solved. And it's like, oh, okay, then what the fuck are we doing here?
Assuming.
Right. So the ones, they're just like, I'm an investigative reporter, and I interviewed all of these people on my own outside of the police because the police couldn't do a good enough job, apparently. But the crime still remains unsolved, so if you know what happened to this person, please call this. I said, why am I even, like, why would you listen to that? What purpose do you have in reporting something that's already public information because the case hasn't been solved? Like, unless they're actually working to solve the case, who gives a fuck? And I've yet to find a true crime podcast that doesn't do that. Where it's like, you want to know what happens in the end, and you want to have some twists and turns, but you want to know who solves it in the end. Or like, who did it at the end. And no podcast does that.
Have you watched the with Amy Bradley is Missing documentary?
So I have fallen asleep to that every night for the past month.
Okay, so
I am on I am on episode 3 though.
Oh, well, have you seen the creepy guy who said he saw her in a bar, but he didn't say anything?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that
that's episode 2.
guy had something to do with it. That guy 100% had something to do with it. He sees her at a bar. She comes up,
So
tells him
what I
all the
think-
information, and he just doesn't report any of it.
So what I think happened is, well, I mean, at least tell me this, like, still unsolved, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. This is like, who? I'm sorry, but like, who wants to watch something that's like still unsolved? Do you? Like,
Yeah.
don't you want to know who
Yeah.
did it?
Oh, yeah, 100%. But I think a lot of that's just to kind of like point people into one direction. Like it's whoever's
But
making.
no, they want them. They
whoever-
also they believe that they're in a time where people will listen to that and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do my own investigation," and then like try to dig up leads on their own by like hinting that it's at, or like saying that it's still unsolved. Because now you live in a time where like people are super stalkers and can figure out stuff and go down different avenues that maybe the police didn't think of. It's like, I understand why they do that, but it's just like, I'm not here to solve a fucking crime. Like, I'm just here to hear about it. I just want to know.
Yeah, but I also.
So for
like,
her, I think that I think she went off the boat to get drugs. And I think that the local people took advantage of that. And I think the guy that knows a heck of a lot more than what he's telling, the guy that you're talking about, I think that she was involved in some level of prostitution.
and he paid for
And
it.
I think and that information came out during that transaction. And he can't admit that because he doesn't want to get caught for it.
Yeah, but if that's the case, why would you go on a podcast? I mean, I guess he got some sort of payment for being on the, not the podcast, the documentary. I guess he got paid
No, just to
somewhat to
clip
be on
hard to
camera.
clear his name
but
from his
still.
wife. I've just been like, listen, it's on a documentary now. Like, I did not pay a prostitute. I didn't. Okay? I was just at the bar. And this is how it came up. That's all, I swear. Look, it's on the documentary now. Because, like, you know how it happened.
But also, being like having all this information out there and so readily available, it makes me like I start questioning everything. Like the whole Idaho case. I still don't believe the roommates didn't know what was going on. When you hear footage, like the Ring camera footage from other people's houses, and you could hear the screams outside, how'd they not hear it in the basement?
I mean,
And she just sees a guy walking that she doesn't know walking through the house and doesn't say anything. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's fishy as fuck.
listen, the level of, like, hammered that they all were.
Okay, you got a point there, but still.
No.
But
No.
I've never been that drunk where if someone was screaming bloody murder, I wouldn't be like, well, maybe they're just having fun. You never know. They're screaming help, but you know they could be having a really good time. No. No.
Yeah, but they
Pick
could
up the
also
phone.
like could have been in the middle of the case of the spins. Entirely possible. Like, if I've gotten like effed up enough to like be like dead asleep until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, yeah, but they were awake. They weren't sleeping.
Yeah, but just because you're awake doesn't mean that you have any like sense of being awake. Like, I'm sure they're all blackout.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta take a leak real quick.
Roger that. Oh man, 6 of you watching. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Who's here? Who's not? I really need to fix that area. Like, paint over it, and plant some grass or something. It's looking rough. Planting. What are you planting? Oh, you're planting cotton. All right. I think I originally wanted to do 39 and 38 cotton, and then for some reason I planted parsnips. Probably because they yield pretty good, and you get a decent price out of them. But I think that was the original plan, and I just completely whiffed it. That's on me, because I definitely planted what's in there. Ow, wait. What is that? Warning. Stay clear of center hinge when engine is running. Whoops. My bad. Shouldn't they put that farther away where you can read it without having to get so close to the center hinge? Just saying. Unless that's close. You're not too close there. Wow. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks.
Speaking of true crime, do you think Hulk Hogan was foul play?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
The whole leukemia thing doesn't throw you off, even though his daughter said that she was there for all of his surgeries and leukemia was never mentioned?
No.
The fact that he married this woman 2 years ago and then there was no autopsy done and just went straight to cremation doesn't concern you at all?
No.
Okay.
That dude did a ton of drugs.
Good point, but
So
they claim he had a long history of leukemia, and then the daughter comes out and says, no, she was at all of his surgeries, and leukemia was never mentioned, and she was in his life up until 2 years ago when he married this other woman, and then
that's not true.
Yeah, it's out her own mouth. She cut off contact.
No, that's not true.
2023.
No, that's not true. When Hulk and Linda split up, she took Linda's side.
Yeah, but she had stayed in contact with him. She cut off contact.
No, I don't believe anything that comes out of her mouth.
I believe her more than I believe him. 100% more than I believe him. And there's other people that have come out and said that what she was saying is true. Like, everybody's shitting on her for not going to the funeral, and she flat out said she didn't go to the funeral because he didn't want a funeral. He wanted to just be cremated and his ashes spread in the ocean like his father. And there's other people that have come out and pretty much every word for word what she's saying has agreed. Like, this is the story. But
Nah, I'm not concerned about it.
yeah, okay. I still think it's fishy. Not upset that he's gone. Dude was a piece of trash. But the fact that it could have been foul play piqued my interest.
No. Because they would have done a toxicology report already. So if there's anything abnormal, they would know.
Still feel like an autopsy should have been done. I never thought I'd say that sentence in my life, but my first reaction was, man, Bubba the Love Sponge needs an apology, because he was the one reporting. He was like, Hulk Hogan's not doing very well, but then Hulk Hogan's people run his Instagram was like, oh no, he's all good. He just had some complications from recent hip surgery, and come to find out, he was on life support, and basically they knew it was coming, and they just set him up at home in hospice just to live out the rest of his life. And everybody was shitting on him. Was like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know it. And then the guy dies. You're like, I think he did know what he was talking about, and you kind of deserve He kind of deserves an apology. Yes, his name is Bubba the Love Sponge, but he deserves an apology.
Hulk Hogan was at home on a hospice.
Yeah, they set up a hospital bed and everything, and
It was something. Yeah, it was obviously like some kind of undiagnosed cancer.
Didn't go into detail, but he said that they got reports from someone that worked security at the hospital. So they brought him in and they quietly took him out, and he was like everybody was saying, "Oh, he's doing good, he's doing great." He just had some complications from hip surgery, and then poof, dead. But the report was he had a long history of leukemia, and up until 2023, that we know of, nothing was ever mentioned. According to his ex-wife and his daughter, who were there for all the surgery, not Linda, the one he married after Linda. And they're like, leukemia was never mentioned in any of his during his surgeries, any of his doctor's appointments. Leukemia was never mentioned, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, he had a long history of leukemia. So you sure about that?
He hasn't been cremated yet.
They have the cremation slip or whatever.
It says Hulk Hogan's wife Sky Daly wrote on Instagram that his body has not yet been cremated because his family still has questions about his, quote, medical care.
See? They said that they've already got the slip from the cremation, that he's been cremated already.
Brooke responded to Daly's post saying she will, quote, personally pay for her late father's autopsy. Hulk Hogan's wife said his body has not yet been cremated and that she is, quote, making sure every question about his medical care is answered, end quote, after his daughter, Brooke Hogan, expressed speculation surrounding his cause of death and lack of autopsy earlier this week. And it's Hulk Hogan's third and current wife.
Yeah. Who he married in 2023.
She says there are heartbreakingly misleading media stories created by faceless AI accounts or by people not close enough to truly know what's happening. Please be patient and know this. He was deeply loved, well cared for, and surrounded by that love until his very last moment. People reported he died from a heart attack.
Yeah, that's
and had also been diagnosed with leukemia.
I think that's what the sheriff's office reported,
which he kept private.
I think the sheriff's office reported that he died of a heart attack. But like I said, it said long. Someone said it was reported that it was a long history of leukemia, and she went on TMZ and said no, there was never mentioned anything of leukemia. So if it's a diagnosis, it was recently diagnosed, and that wouldn't be a long history of it.
Well, it says that he kept it private. So the question would be, how private?
I don't think you keep that from your wife. His ex-wife, not Linda, the one that between the second wife, she didn't know about it. So he would have to cap it from her, who was there through all of his surgeries, like his major surgeries.
I mean, he could also just claim HIPAA and say that he doesn't want his medical records shared with her.
That's suspicious as fuck.
Why would you? Like, it's possible. Like, people do things for weird reasons. I'm just saying it's possible.
if it comes out he died under suspicious means, I'm gonna hold this against you.
Okay.
I love that when people say, yeah, you need to be respectful. I'm like, nah, the guy was a dirtbag. I was like, that didn't come from politics. Like, I thought he was a dirtbag long before. I was like, it has nothing to do with his politics. I don't care about that. It's his personal life and the shit he did in his personal life that I think he's a dirtbag for. And they're like, oh, well, Ozzy was a dirtbag. I said, yeah, but he turned that shit around. You know what? One of the last videos we got of Ozzy Osbourne, he's sitting around the breakfast table with his grandkids. Hulk Hogan died not having anything to do with his grandkids, because if he had something to do with it, it had to be on his terms, or else he didn't want anything to do with them. And the last footage we got of him is him promoting his shitty beer. It's like, all these WWE fans are attacking people who say anything negative about it. It's like, didn't you just boo this guy when he showed up in Los Angeles? Booed him out of the band building. Poor Jimmy Hart didn't know what to do because you were booing him so damn bad. And now it's like, oh, rest in peace. That's not how that works. I'm not that type of person. If you're a dirtbag, I'm not gonna mourn you. You'd be like, oh yeah, that sucks, but was he an icon in the business? Oh, absolutely. He's probably the most well-known wrestler of all time. I agree with you there. But he was a dirtbag.
He's Florida trash.
Huh?
He's Florida trash.
Oh yeah.
Through and through. Although my wife and I started watching the Netflix documentary on the wrestlers.
Oh, the McMahon one? Mr. McMahon?
No.
The Unreal?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know how
pretty good.
real that was.
Oh no, I mean it was completely crafted by Triple H.
Yeah.
Where he just like tells everyone how awesome they are at the end of every match.
After a match, you're great, you deserve this. Like, I doubt he does that when the cameras aren't rolling.
Yeah, no, he's probably beating the shit out of him. How do I unload into this silo thing?
Where are you?
I think I'm at your farm.
No?
No. Okay, I'm not. Must be at Tony's farm.
Oh yeah, that's a liquid fertilizer tank. You ain't dumping in there.
Where should I dump it at your farm?
In the hopper.
Maroon thing.
Yeah. The flat bottom bin. Shit, where was it? Over here. The Mr. McMahon one's pretty interesting. Because they were filming it right when the sexual allegations broke out. And you just see him.
Speaking of a piece of shit.
Yeah, you just see him jump out of the ring and run off. And they're like, he didn't sit down with us after that. It was such a softball, and then that happens, and it just completely changes the direction. But my favorite was Tony Atlas, where he's like, "Oh, he grabbed my pecker." It's like, what the fuck?
All right. Wait. I'm pretty sure like Vince McMahon's just a horrible person.
Oh, 100%. But it changes your perspective when they're using this photo of this chick when she was like in her 20s, and then you come and find out that he didn't meet her at all until she was in her 40s. It's like you can't really use the innocent, naive argument when you're in your 40s. Like, I'm sorry, that changed my whole perspective. I was like, she was a willing participant in this, and then when things broke off, she found a way to make more money off of it. I said, does it excuse the shit he did? No, not at all. But she was a willing participant in that relationship.
That's true.
He's like, you're distorting the whole picture by using this picture of what looks like an innocent young 20-year-old girl that he corrupted and all that. No, she was in her 40s. She was with another rich person and left that dude for Vince McMahon when she was 40 years old. Like, I'm sorry, you can't cry, oh, I was young and naive and he corrupted me. Like, nah. You got shit on and now you regret it, so now you're finding more way to make money off this shit.
Yep, pretty much.
It's like everybody's in an uproar now because Brock Lesnar's back in the WWE. It's like in all those documents, he's not being sued. Basically, the gist of it, he likes to get peed on.
Yeah.
Why should I hate the guy for that? I mean, you're all out here licking each other's assholes. Why can't he just enjoy to get a little pee? Like, you want me to condemn the guy for that? Yeah, but she sexually trafficked. No, he didn't. He never had any interaction with this woman other than talking about doing it. Like, he never, like, and from the articles I got from, like, I read through the complaint and everything, and it's like, the gist I got is he was just kind of like entertaining McMahon. Like, I want payday, so I'm going to entertain his idea. And, like, because they were supposed to do something one time, and he had 2 glasses of wine, and he was too drunk to do anything. It's like, you expect me to believe that 2 glasses of wine messed Brock Lesnar up that bad? No, he was avoiding that situation. I was like, I don't know, that's the gist I got from it. I was like, I'm not even a huge Brock Lesnar guy, so like I'm not jumping to defend him. It just sounds like he had like a piss fetish. And he was going on, but he never did anything with this chick. So why are we outraged?
Let the man have this fetish.
Yeah, everybody's got him.
Yeah,
as long as he's not like criminally acting on it. Why are you so upset?
It's like the On Patrol Lives like a few weeks ago, and the guy had like fake urine in the car. Yeah, so they're asking him about it, and he's just like, yeah, no, I just like, it's a pee fetish. I like pee. And so when they like pull him off to the side and have the cops give like the summary of what's been going on, he was like, yeah, apparently this guy's got like a, and it's kind of weird, but like I don't know, like a pee fetish, whatever. I don't know. Kind of messed up if you ask me.
Yeah, 100%. Like, don't get me wrong, it's gross, but at the end of the day, it's not the grossest thing I've heard.
Right. Yeah, there's plenty more. Like, it is bizarre. It's messed up.
It all goes into the whole
I
humiliation thing.
It.
I don't understand that whole fetish of being humiliated like that. I don't understand that whatsoever. But people are into it, and it's like, hey, at least it's legal. Like, what should it be? I don't know, but there's 2 consenting adults. Just like, it's not my business.
Yeah. They're adults. If there's a real problem, someone needs to reach out, but I trust that they will.
Yeah, me. My wife got talking like, cause she's on the kick now where she wants to get a newer vehicle than what we have, and I'm okay with it as long as we can fit it into the budget. Sure, but the original idea was just to get a just like a beater for me to boogie around in. Like, I don't need anything fancy. As long as it's got a radio and the windows go down, like, I don't need AC. Yeah. Like, it's fine. Like, I told her this. So we've been looking at like an old Crown Vic or something.
Right.
Just something. And the Delaware State had a auction.
Yeah, the auction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, they had caravans.
You didn't get it.
Dodge Caravans. Oh, this was only a couple weeks ago. And I told her, I was like, hey, I'd be okay with a Dodge Caravan, 100%. And she wrinkled her nose up. But this is the same woman who, for some reason, she is like, you know what, Dodge Journey doesn't look so bad. I was like, that's a fucking minivan. It's 100% a minivan posing as a SUV, and you hate that.
It's also the worst one.
Like that, but you hate on the Caravan.
It's also the worst minivan.
And it was like Caravans
out
were
of
like
all of them.
Were like $2,000. Like, I was like, $2,000 for a 2019 Caravan that had less than 100,000 miles on it. I was like a Caravan, you could beat the shit out of that thing. It's not gonna break down for $2,000. Sign me up.
Like, it's broken down as is. It's a Caravan.
That's even what my stepmom was like. She goes, I had a Caravan. She goes, all the back windows were all duct taped up, and she goes, you could not beat that thing dead. It was still running. They got rid of it. She said it had, everything else around it was falling apart, but it still ran. I was like, exactly.
Toyota Sienna and the Honda Odyssey, like, no, not the Honda Odyssey. Is it the Odyssey? I don't even know if they make that anymore.
Yeah, like, they still make the Honda Odyssey because I shared a video of her
those
about
things
the back
have
seats
some,
flipping.
Those, like, they got some features. Like, I used to think, I mean, trust me, like, I'm still, like, if I had to pick, like, I'm still team Kia Carnival all day long. But like the competition has stepped up their game significantly in response, and I think that like some of the other companies do it better. So like my personal favorite, like all-time favorite for minivan is the Sienna. And that's because it's like one of the only minivans that I've actually driven.
The only minivan I've ever driven was a Ford Windstar.
Oh God.
The only reason why I drove it is because my sister didn't trust my nephew enough to drive it, so she gave me the keys, and that's saying something because me and my sister butted heads like any chance we got. We were always at each other's throats, and she was like, we're hungry, we want breakfast, and I said McDonald's just around the corner. I said just let David drive us to pick up McDonald's, and she goes, I don't really want him driving the van. I was like, oh well, shit. Well, we're just gonna sit here and be hungry then. She goes, here, you take the keys. I said, you won't let your son drive it, but you'll let. Screw it. I'm not arguing. I'll drive.
Yeah.
My nephew was just like, well, keep in mind, me and my nephew were born a year apart, so we were more brothers than we were uncle-nephew type of relationship.
Yeah.
So as soon as we got in the van, my nephew's like, is it kind of fucked up that she won't let me drive, but she lets you drive? I was like, it's beyond fucked up, but we're getting McDonald's, so it doesn't matter.
Our friend group had the one kid that just like doesn't like to drive, and he happened to be like one of the wealthier kids, so like always had a car to drive. But we went down to Pennsylvania like 2 years in a row for homecoming. He went to University of Pittsburgh, and so we'd like road trip down, and we'd take his mom's minivan. It was a like completely tricked out Toyota Sienna. Had like mind you, this is like right after college, and it had like the cameras that you could look into the like the back seats and stuff. But like he was just like, yeah, I don't want to, like, I want to go down to. He's the only person in this area that is like went to that school. He's like, yeah, like our homecoming is awesome. We have to go, and he was in a frat there, so it's gonna be a big to do. And he said, but I don't want to drive, but we can take my mom's minivan. And it's like, yeah, break my arm. Drive a minivan for 8 hours down to Pennsylvania. Yep. I'll fall on that sword.
I was always the one. I don't like ride. I don't like being a passenger. If I'm in a vehicle, I want to be the driver because I know I'm.
Oh, same. That's why I would always ask him to go if we were like going up to like farther, like mountain for snowboarding or something like that. I'd always like call up my buddy and be like, "Hey, you want to go?" And he'd be like, "Yeah." And he's always got like good cars and stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. He's like, you want to take my car? Yep. You want to drive? Yep. Like, I ain't no passenger. Like, I need to be in control. But driving those things, like driving the minivans, for as long as I did that, just like there's no smoother ride. I think I would equate it to like one of those like RVs, the big ones, the bus ones.
The full-size motorhome.
Yep. Yeah, it must be like driving that. It's kind of what I felt like. Because you're higher up off the ground than a sedan. And so like your feet, like the pedals aren't like so far in front of you as they are below you. It's one of the things I dislike about the Tacoma is that it's like stretched out so the pedals are more in front of you. Versus like a regular truck, you're kind of like upright.
That's what you get for driving one of them there women's trucks. I can't. After my wife's uncle said that, I can't look at it the other way. Oh, here's one of them trucks that chicks drive. although the only place that my stepmom will get a vehicle from, the Nissan dealership where she got her Pathfinder from, they have a pretty badass looking Colorado, and I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, I could.
Oh, the Z-71.
I was like, yeah, I could see myself in that. Like,
The Z-71
need a
with like
full-size
the
pickup right now.
rally cage on the back.
I don't know. It's the same color. I all know it's the same color as the truck I had, but it doesn't look as goofy as the other Colorados. It looks a little bit more stylish. That's saying something, because I don't find anything Chevy's putting out right now to be like, I don't like the new Tahoes. I don't like the new Silverado. The new Avalanche is the ugliest looking thing, and the
I'm
big,
surrounded by the new Chevy Suburbans, and now that they came back with the Expedition, like my town it's either the Tesla SUVs or the Suburban or the Expedition, like the new ones. That's it. That's all that drives around here. And they are the ugliest vehicles.
Oh, you don't got any Wagoneers up there?
Yeah, our person at the end of our street has the Grand Wagoneer.
Oh, jeez.
It's like $120,000 car.
Yeah.
That's my problem. So like, I'm kind of all set with my car, my truck. Like, I'm kind of done with it. But I don't want anything new. Because it's not for the payment or anything. It's because like my truck right now I have 54,000 miles on it for a 2019, which is pretty darn good. It's worth more than I paid for it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to trade it in. Well, my trade-in will be pretty good, but I don't like any of the trucks out there, because I'm just gonna go with a straight-up truck now. Like the quasi truck sucks, and I learned that when I tried to put a yard of loam in the bed of my Tacoma. Because I sat there and I asked the guy had the Bobcat. I was like, "Can you?" Because I only have the short bed. I have the 5-foot
So
bed.
Braden, how you doing, man?
And I was like, "Can you put a yard of loam in this?" And he's like, "Dude, like, I'll dump a bucket of dirt in whatever. So like, I know that this is gonna squat it to the ground. So are you okay with that?" That's literally what he said. And I was like, "Wait, no. Like, how much does dirt weigh?" And he was just like, it weighs a lot. So it's going to be like 4,000 pounds probably. And I know that my payload's like 2,500 or like 3,000 at most. So I was like, okay. Well, luckily I live like a mile down the road from this place, so I don't have to go on any main roads. So I was like, and also the bucket is the same size as the bed of the truck, so it wasn't. He had to go in at an angle to like get the yard of loam in there, and I was like, I was like, fuck it, do it. I was like, it's either gonna blow my suspension or
The Carolina
like,
squat.
no, so he took a half bucket at a time. So he did the first half bucket, and the thing was like squatting so hard. And I've taken care of this thing like meticulously up until this point. And as soon as getting the house, I've just been like, fuck it, I don't care. Like, stuff needs to get done. So if it's at the cost of this vehicle, so be it. What else am I gonna do? So I said it was like squatting so hard, and I was like, yeah. Yep. So I gave him like the winded up signal. I was like, yeah, keep going. And he dumped the other half of the bucket, and it was literally like the fender was covering part of the tire. Like, it was squatted that low. And like, I only have a mile to drive, and it is back roads, but it's like uphill and it's windy. So it's like, all right. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. All right. So I made it. But like, as I was like scooping mud out of the back of it, I was just like, you know what? No. No, this isn't it. We have so much work to do and so many like outdoor projects that are going to require like, I don't know, probably like 20 more loads of this. Like, I need something that can handle this. So I've been looking at like actual trucks. And I really don't know what to go with.
They're all gonna have their issues.
Well, I'm thinking used.
We talking like a 1500?
Well, I'm talking about probably like the same model year, like 2019, 2020. I don't want like the newfangled shit that's coming out in the 2020s.
But I'm
I
saying
don't
like
that.
a F-150 or a 1500, like a Chevy 1500, Ram 1500, F-150,
honestly,
or you're talking like a 250.
Honestly, it doesn't need to be like the 2500s or the 250s. It doesn't need to be like that. It just needs to have like at least a 6-foot bed and like like Apple CarPlay. That's all.
I think You might run into
And
the same issue with 1500 slash F-150.
Well, the F-150 didn't have that. Like, their technology blows in the late teens, early 20 F-150s. They still have, like, the little, like, MP3 player screen.
Yeah, I think your most advanced with
like
technology
Dodge.
is going to be RAM. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they did
But I
that
watched
Farmer's
my brother go
Edition
through all the
2500.
I watched my brother go through all his issues with his RAM, and because he had a what's it, the 1500 Bighorn
Yeah,
edition, and that thing was just in the shop all the time.
I said you're gonna run into issues with any of them.
I know. So it's like, could I get like a manual transmission?
Get yourself a Toyota Titan.
Tundra. It's a
No.
Nissan Titan.
Oh yeah, Nissan Titan. There you go. Sorry. No, yeah, Nissan Titan. Them things weren't terrible.
The Nissan Titans get pretty good reviews
Yeah.
overall. They just kind of look stupid.
Not the I don't know what they look like these days, but back in like the early 2020s, they looked damn good.
I will question that. Oh, the new ones actually look pretty good. Oh, the Pro 4X. Needs some work. Although that's right up my alley. For colors. Of course. Here.
That's a 2019. That's not a bad looking truck. Looks better than the Chevys and Dodges, or excuse me, Chevys and Rams and. Oh, Jesus. The Chevys and Rams of that same year. And of course, I'm just not a fan of anything Dodges or Ford's made, and after like the early 2000s. Why?
Yep.
Why do you want sand tan?
That's good looking. It's good looking right there. Lane keeping assistance too.
No, it probably wouldn't be bad if they didn't have the Titan in red.
So I like that.
Of course you would.
So if they had that in like a gunmetal gray or like a cement gray instead of the tan, that'd be looking prime.
I don't hate gray. I wouldn't mind like a dark gray vehicle. I don't know.
They don't even have a
it.
good picture of the interior. Come on. Well, like a real one. There we go. Yeah, it's okay. There's nothing special about it. Actually, it looks pretty similar to the Tacoma. All right. 2020 Nissan Titan Pro 4X. Let's see if I can. Let's see how much that'll cost. Although, actually, you know what? My priority is a manual transmission. I'm sorry.
Haven't learned your lesson on that one yet, and they couldn't find the Tacoma for you.
I did
That's
that to myself, okay?
It's a thing of the past these days.
I did that to myself with this one. Oh, I'm sorry, but the Jeep Gladiator is not a pickup truck.
No. No, it's not.
Right? We can agree on that.
100%.
It's a little bitch car. Ooh, 2021 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road. It has 35,000 miles. Damn, $35,000? If it weren't red, I could do an even swap for that. Just can't do a red car.
You got against red.
I just don't like it. There.
Oh, not that red.
Right?
I'm all game for a dark red, like a wine red or a maroon.
Yeah, a burgundy.
Yeah, but not that red. I don't know.
A 2024 Tacoma with 19,000 miles on it. Absolutely not. Oh. That's what I wanted. That's the one that got away. Look at this view. Oh, shit. That's what I actually wanted.
That color?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a no for me, dog.
What?
I don't like that blue.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I actually had one of those sitting on the lot, this exact one, in my price point, and I went somewhere else to test drive one that had a longer bed. And I was like, nah, it feels too long. And I came back and they had sold this one.
Oh, fuck yeah, bud. 2018 Nissan Titan V8 diesel? Yeah?
Yeah, post that.
With only 122,000 miles on it?
Wait, which one?
Did
You
it
just
not come
sent the
up?
search.
Oh. Did I? Oh.
2019 with 89,000 miles on it.
2018. No. Did I copy and paste the wrong one? No, it's the same. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's the right one. The 2018
Oh,
Nissan Titan. Black
yeah.
on black.
Yep. Got it. For 20 grand.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it? Probably
Probably
'cause
for
it's
people,
diesel.
probably people see it's high miles, but you're just breaking in a diesel at 100,000 miles.
Yeah, 5-liter V8. I mean, listen, a diesel as a passenger car is kind of tough these days.
Yeah, if it's your daily driver.
Like, my friend had I'm sure I told you, the Volkswagen TDI. Yeah. And when his day to when we had shared parking spots at the high school, it was his day to drive. We'd have to go over there and he'd have to let it warm up. So then we'd have to go inside and interact with his family and stuff while it was warming up. It's like, dude, just let's fucking go.
That's why you plug it in overnight. So when you go out in the morning, she fires up.
I know. I remember you'd have to sit there and let the glow plugs, the plugs warm up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, just no. It's like my little manual transmission Civic can just rip us right over there real quick.
Oh, with the Nissan Titan diesel? I've always heard good reviews. I've known people had, well, not specifically the diesels, but I'm talking about Nissan Titans in general. Everybody I know's owned one has talked about how great it was. Because a lot of them will buy their old Fords, Dodges, and Chevys as their play around vehicles, but their daily drivers were Nissan Titans. 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 The diesels were issues, and that's why. Aren't they the ones that had the Cummins in them? Or am I thinking of different? I thought it was Nissan Titan that had Cummins. Oh, that stunk. That stunk real bad. Jeez, Pete. It was a Cummins, but it was rushed and not tested enough. I heard that they lost the deal with Cummins because they, or was that the Toyota Tundra? Because they were modifying it, and Cummins pulled the deal because the deal was they weren't supposed to modify the engine at all, and they were modifying the engine. So Cummins pulled the deal. I don't know if that was Titan or Tundra. One of the two. I get him confused if you couldn't tell. But it's the Nissan Titan that everybody had.
I'm heading to bed.
Alright, you guys have a good night.
You as well.
Now there's me. I'm curious about that. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that was, so maybe it was the Toyota Tundra. Let's look that up. Toyota Tundra. Hmm. My only concern is I've been driving my stepmom's Pathfinder, and there's just not a ton of room in that thing. So I would imagine the Titan would be about the same amount of room on the interior. I could be wrong. Like every time I get in that Titan, I got the wheel all the way up and the seat all the way back, and I'm always striking my damn knees on the steering wheel. I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. But I've never driven one. I have a lot of friends that have them and swear by them. No. Specifically, not the diesel engines, just specifically the Nissan Titans. And them some bitches, when you straight pipe them, are loud as shit. My buddy Shane, I remember he had one, and you could hear him coming from a damn mile away. He lived around the corner from one of my other buddies that I hung out with quite often. And you could hear him every time he was coming home. Every time he'd start that son bitch up. I mean, he was around the bend. Every time he started that son bitch up. That's a good half mile. Or if he was coming home, you'd hear him. Good Lord, have mercy. I don't know how his parents didn't choke him. Especially some nights he was coming in there after 1 or 2 in the morning. My buddy did have a 20. Mine was a 2001. His was a 1999. Same body style as mine. He straight piped his. And that son bitch was loud enough that one night he dropped me off and I had to push him. Like, we had to push him down the road so he can fire it up so he didn't wake my parents up. Alright, well, you fine folk. I think that's going to do it for me for tonight. I think I'm going to call it a night. So for the 7 you still watching, I appreciate you. We'll go ahead and shout out the top fans real quick. Our top fans at number 1 tonight, Mr. Tony Warner. At number 2, Mr. Joshua Bathards Gaming. And number 3, Jesse. Thank you guys so very, very much. If you guys did like today's stream, do me a huge favor, leave a like down below. It does help me out so very, very much, and I do appreciate it so very, very much. If you guys do want to see future live streams, be sure to click that subscribe button. If you guys want to know if whenever I do go live or upload a video, click that notification bell. As always, guys, thank you so very, very much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.